Okay. Good morning. Phil Cross here. I'm in a town called Santo Domingo de Silis. I actually made several attempts on the way here to record something for you on the road, but failed dismally. This is all very new to me. Trouble with either connecting the mic or the mic not being in a particularly good place, and you're getting just loads of engine noise and wind noise. So I'm hoping that this one will be okay. I'm just coming out of the parking garage. That's the hotel I'm staying at, just in front of me there, and I'm actually on my way to the Sad Hill Cemetery, and I'll do a different film about it when I get there, once this European, is it Estonian, is it, figures himself out. Okay, so hopefully for the third time of trying, this is going to be a little thing about symptoms. And esophageal cancer is predominantly found in men, so I'm led to believe, although women can get it. It's predominantly found in men, and that's I think probably very easy to explain, in sense of men being men. I'm just going to pull over and put my sunglasses on. Men being men, basically, and that sort of unwillingness of going to the doctors. You know, it's a big deal when it comes to things like serious wasting diseases that can kill you. So, yeah, men tend not to go to the doctors, which is bad news. And the reason it kills men is because it's found too late. Symptoms. So about 8 years ago, I got diagnosed with a hiatus hernia, a very small hiatus hernia. So small, in fact, that they said there wasn't an awful lot they could do about it, and they basically told me, as many have done in the past, you need to lose a little bit of weight. Yeah, so 30-year police officer, you know, they started shutting all of our canteens. Any chance of healthy eating, not that I would have been looking for that, has been taken away. You know, all you'll see coppers eating now on their refreshments breaks is fucking kebabs and McDonald's and shit, and that's purely because they've shut all the police canteens. I digress. So when I went for the first hiatus hernia, if anything comes out of this for you at all, if you are in the process of being looked at by your doctor, they may ask you to go for the camera down the throat for it. I had the camera down the throat when they were looking for this, or when they discovered this hiatus hernia 7 or 8 years ago. And I've got to tell you, if you're asked to go for a camera down the throat, take the sedation. Big brave boy me the first time. Worst feeling I've ever had in my fucking life. I've got to tell you, that camera going down the throat, I thought I was going to die, and I thought I was going to die because I was choking in front of doctors who I couldn't tell I was choking in front of. You know, it's just a nightmare. So go for the sedation. It makes your life an awful lot easier. Yeah, so that was that. And come November 2020, we're still in COVID at this time, and I started getting a little bit of what I can only describe as indigestion, and it wasn't indigestion as such. It was a discomfort when I ate. I'm just following me sat nav here. So I'm only going for about 3 miles, I think. It was a discomfort when I ate, and it was to try and describe it in a sort of decent way. It was a discomfort when I ate beyond swallowing, if that makes sense. It was down lower in the workings, if you like, the discomfort. So my initial thought was that hiatus hernia that they diagnosed those years ago has got worse, which means if it's got worse, they may be able to do something about it. I don't know what the processes are when it comes to those kind of hernias, whether they just tug your stomach back through the diaphragm and stick a stitch in the diaphragm to stop it doing it again. I've got no idea. But my way of thinking was, do you know what? We could probably do something about this. Well, they love a hill here, don't they? Wow. They could probably do something about this. So that's what I did. I went through the process. I went back to the doctor. He started sending me for tests. I don't know why. I don't know why he sent me for tests. Oh, seriously, mate. I don't know why he sent me for tests when it comes to ultrasounds on the gallbladder. I don't know what their processes are with what I was describing to him, but yeah. I'm glad I got road tyres on for this. I always suspected that I may be involved in a few sort of gravel roads on this trip, but the place where I bought the bike, when I took it for its service, he failed to order the tyres that I wanted, and I finished up having to put road tyres on to come. But there you go. We'll just take it easy. So yeah, I've gone through a couple of tests. There was a gallbladder test, blood tests, and all the kind of things that they do. Not the CT, not the MRI, but the CT, a different type of thing. But eventually, well, I say eventually, from November to January, which isn't an awful long time, bearing in mind we were in COVID, they took me to get the camera front and rear. They did the rear first, hoping that they'd give it a wipe down before they did the front. I don't know, I couldn't see. But I was sedated for this, remember? And when the camera went down the front, I have a memory of hearing the guy that was doing the procedures. He mentioned the word biopsy, and I could feel a little bit of tugging and snagging going on. And, you know, that's me just getting my camera down the throat. Finished. Lovely. Out I go. Oh, that's another thing. They put on the sedation thing. They put like a banana flavoured. I don't know what the point of all that was, but it was all sort of banana flavoured, and I've got to tell you, it tasted absolutely fuck all like bananas. And there's something else that comes along that does exactly the same thing. But I finished the sedation. Out I've gone into like it's basically a waiting room, like a recovery, almost like a recovery room from an operation. But it's, you know, I'm in a little curtained area, and because it was COVID, my wife couldn't come in with me, so she was waiting out in the car park, and they've asked if I can call my wife to come through. And again, even though I've heard the word biopsy, I've not made any sort of association to anything that might be not welcome, shall we say. So the wife's come in, and I'm suspecting that it's because I'm under sedation and they can't let me walk out the door unless I'm under the care of an adult. So she's come in. They took us into a little room. Still no alarm bells. I think she had some sort of suspicion that something weren't right. And that's when the guy says to me, "Sorry, Mr. Cross, you've got cancer." I don't remember that. If I'm honest, all I heard was, "Sorry, Mr. Cross, that's you. Check out time. You're going to die." And you know, the reason for that is, you know, about 6 years before this actually happened, my father had succumbed to brain cancer, which was the third cancer that he'd had. He'd had skin and colon, bowel cancer. So it was, you know, that's basically it, checking out. And I think most people, when they are told that they have cancer, I imagine that's almost immediately the first thought that comes through your mind. I'm doing 50 15 mile an hour on this road here. Floating about on my road tyres, lovely. So yeah, it was certainly a wake up call. And then I've got the processes of going through the wait before I see the first consultant. Again, it was only 2 weeks before I saw him, which I don't think was at all bad, bearing in mind we're in COVID. But as this is about symptoms, I'll go back to it. I really had none, and all that I can say is at the time that this happened for me, there was a typical sort of ad campaign from the NHS, which was one of those, you've seen them before. If you've had X, Y, and Z for 3 weeks, go and see your doctor. You know, it's just, you know, go and see your doctor. If you've got blood in your pee, if you've got a cough, you know. And because I had this indigestion thing, it kind of, although I wasn't concerned that that's what it was going to be, it kind of said, well, you know what, I've had it for 3 weeks. I can justifiably go back to the doctor and get this hernia sorted out. Bad news, mate. And again, when you sort of speak to people that are not going through it, and you are going through it, there is always this use of the word lucky. God, you're lucky you caught it early. No, I'm actually fucking not, to be honest, because I wasn't looking for this. I went to the doctors thinking it was something totally different. So I wasn't lucky, because if I hadn't had the hernia, I'd have probably still kept swallowing Gaviscon, because I did have reflux after the hernia was found. And I would have probably kept swallowing Gaviscon and banging my chest with my fists out, a bit of an indigestion, and let it crack on. And then, however long that would have been after, before inevitably I'd have been going to the doctors and having it found, it would have been too late. It would have been just too late, and that would have been it for me. So I'm sorry if you've come on this thinking that I'm going to be able to assist you with symptoms. I'm really not, because I didn't have any except that feeling of discomfort. I know that I'm in a group of survivors, which is at Broomfield Hospital in Essex, where I actually had the operation. Great bunch of people. I think I was, when I first went there at 57, I was probably one of the two youngest in the place. It's full of people that are in their 70s that have been survivors for 16 odd years, and it's not just esophageal cancer, it's gastric as well, which tends to be what most of the women that are in there for. So, you know, it's quite helpful if you remember these, if you can get into a group, if you've gone through the process and you've come out the other end of it, and there is a group local to you, usually at the hospital that you had the procedure, then join it. It's the first Friday every month. I don't go every month because I'm not able to, but when you do go, it's quite enlightening, especially if you're married. Take your partner, because the partners of survivors go as well, and let's not forget, you know, with all that's going on for you, your partner's going through this as well. Your partner is going through it as well, and it's really not nice for them. It's really not nice for them, but they can speak to other partners. Is this where I'm supposed to be? No. You can speak to they can speak to other partners and get a grip or get a feel for what life is going to be like for them as well. So yeah, that's it. Symptoms. I'm just pulling up to, hopefully, Sad Hill Cemetery, and I can see the sort of hilltops there. I'll be doing a different film about that. Sad Hill Cemetery was the cemetery that was in the last scenes of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and the reason I'm here is because The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is my favourite film of all time, and it actually means quite a lot to me. So I'll be doing another film about that at some point. But that's it. Symptoms. none for me. I don't hope it's been helpful, but probably not. But that's it. I'll say cheerio to you.